Diabetes causes an imbalance of blood sugar and other health complications that threaten the lives of people with diabetes. Diabetes is considered one of the most prevalent diseases in the world, and the CDC of the United States of America expects that it will be 1 out of every 3 people with diabetes if the rate persists diabetes on his current condition. One of the best ways to prevent diabetes at all is to put a healthy diet that controls pre-diabetes symptoms and stops its growth in the event of diabetes. There are many methods, too. 1. Avoid sugary drinks. Barbara Porek, a professor of diabetes and endocrinology at Northwest Maryland Hospital in America, says drinking sweetened or sugary drinks like tea, coffee, lemon juice, etc. does not help to feel full, adding that only calories enter the body and burn it. This is until the consumption of sugary drinks stops, because it helps to stop the development of diabetes and control the symptoms that precede it, and this leads to avoiding the disease. 2. Eat enough food. The diabetes teacher assures that eating healthy foods can lead to weight gain as well, if a person consumes large quantities of them, and the American doctor recommends eating enough food and not eating a lot of starchy materials such as rice and potatoes because it leads to obesity as one of the main symptoms of diabetes. 3. Increase the amount of your dietary fiber. Eat foods that contain dietary fiber such as vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains. 4. Fat care. Nutritionists recommend eating carefully and relying on healthy fats found in vegetable oils, nuts and avocados, and recommend eating low-fat and non-fat products. 5. Meat and fish. Dietitians are advised to make sure to eat red meat from the fat, or white chicken meat, to eat fish 2 to 3 times a week, bearing in mind that this is part of a diet that helps prevent diabetes. 6. Water is a healthy drink. Water contributes to lowering blood sugar. It also helps to drink water in sufficient quantities to feel full quickly and reduce the amount of food a person consumes during meals. 7. Exercise. Exercise helps control the level of diabetes and prevents it in people at risk of developing the disease, and health experts advise walking daily and using stairs instead of elevators and making sure to make physical exertion because it controls the development and avoidance of the disease. 8. Eating different types of salads. Salads contain vegetables such as lettuce, cucumber, carrots, tomatoes, garlic, and onions, and they can be eaten with a tablespoon of vinegar that weighs the body's absorption of sugar. 9. Keep calm and avoid stress. Avoiding stress in everyday life in general, and practicing relaxation exercises are one of the most important ways to prevent diabetes. 10. Undergo periodic checks. It is important to undergo a fasting plasma glucose test and a hemoglobin A1C test at least annually if there is a risk of developing diabetes or insulin resistance, and if it is noticed that its values have increased over time, this can be considered an indication that the body is facing problems in dealing with and treating blood sugar. This requires that the healthcare provider directs more recommendations related to drugs and adjusting the diet in order to reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, and in general the American Diabetes Association recommends that you undergo routine diabetes checks GTA2 from 45 years old. Especially if the person is overweight, those are the results that are obtained natural. It is advised to repeat the tests every 3 years at least, but if the results are on the edge or if the person is in the pre-diabetes stage, it is advised to repeat subjecting them once every year at the very least. The association also recommends taking diabetes tests for people who have not yet reached 45 years of age, overweight, or have any other risk factors associated with diabetes or heart disease, including an inactive lifestyle, and a family history of type 2 diabetes, and the presence of a person's medical history of pressure carry capacity or pressure values above 90/140ths of a millimeter Hg.